is going on, everybody? It is me, Destroy212 here, and today I'm bringing you a bit of a different video from usual, different from all the Destiny Nightfalls and the other Advanced Warfare stuff I've been doing. I'm taking time out of my day to make an Advanced Warfare Top 10 Weapons video. This is actually a video I've been meaning to do for a while, but my YouTube channel has only just become, I guess you could say, a little bit known. But, yeah, so this is a video I've been meaning to do for a while. It's definitely one that I thought was a lot of fun to make, getting all the footage together. But yeah, and before we get into this video, guys, I just want to remind you that these top 10 guns are, in my honest opinion, the top 10 guns I thought were the best in Advanced Warfare. This may not be your opinion. If you do have a different opinion, please leave in the comment section below what your top 10 weapons are and what order you would put them in. But yeah, that is pretty much all I got. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe if you have not already, and comment if you want me to do another top 10, and I'll see what I can do. If I get no more recommendations for top 10s, I mean, if I get no feedback at all, I probably won't do one. If I get some positive feedback, I'll do another one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for now, and without further ado, let's crack into this top 10 countdown. And coming in at number 10, we have the Moores Sniper Rifle. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I only put this in because if I didn't put it in, there would probably be a lot of hate. Me being completely honest, in all practicality, I don't think the Moores is really that good. I mean, definitely, it's a beautiful gun. It's a pretty good sniper, but it's not always a one-shot. That's my biggest issue with it. And you have to rechamber the bullet after every shot. So in all practicality, it's not the best fit, but it definitely, with that being said, this is a very fun gun to use. I'm pretty sure almost every Advanced Warfare player has picked up the Moores at one point or another. And like I said, I really only included this because the fanboys of the Moores would be like, oh, why didn't you include the Moores in this top 10? Well, yeah. Just like the video. But really, I do like using the Moores, just I don't think it's a very good practical gun to use. And that is why it comes in at our number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9, we have the TAC-19. This is actually kind of a weird one. But the TAC-19, I think, deserves a little bit of credit. This thing is an absolute boss. If you can close the distance between you and your enemies, this thing will absolutely shred people. This thing will tear them apart. It is that good. As you can see from this clip, I was absolutely going off on these kids. But yeah, this clip was definitely a lot of fun to get that clip. But the TAC-19, if you could close the distance, it's great. Definitely an excellent gun. The reason it's only at number 9, though, is because it can definitely be outclassed, especially at longer and medium ranges. So, and it's definitely not the best fit for every player as well. If you're good at rushing, I would definitely recommend the TAC-19. If you're not, then I probably wouldn't. But yeah. So this is a very good weapon for the short-range player. Not so much if you're a longer-range player, and it can definitely be outclassed. And that is why the TAC-19 comes in at number 9 on our top 10 weapon list. And I'm actually going to show you a clip real quick here of the TAC-19's effective range. You see, I keep bumping up at 15 meters. At 16 meters, you can still get hits. At 17 meters, without advanced rifling, though, it falls off. So you can hit an opponent at 16 meters with the TAC-19 effectively. And coming in at number 8, another little bit of a surprise, we have the Atlas 20mm. Now, to be completely honest, I totally forgot about this weapon until about a couple weeks ago. And then I picked it up and I started using it again. This is actually a really good weapon. It's a one-shot anywhere on the body. That's one of the reasons why it's at number 8. The number 2... That's pretty much the big reason why it's at number 8, actually. Besides that, one of the downfalls is you have to aim down sights with this weapon. You cannot not aim down sights. You are forced to if you want to shoot this gun, since it is shoulder-mounted. But yeah, this gun is definitely fun to use, but again, the downfall if you have an aim down the sights definitely takes some time off your kill. But definitely a lot of fun to use. Maybe a small magazine size, but this is a very forgiving sniper rifle for beginners, but perhaps not the best choice, and that is why the Atlas 20mm is number 8 on our list of top 10 weapons. Coming in at number 7, we have the AK-12. Now, the AK-12 is our first assault rifle on the list, and to be honest, I think people give the AK-12 too much hate. I honestly love the AK-12. Not only is it a great gun to use, it's excellent, like accuracy-wise, range-wise. This gun is absolutely baller. Like, you will never find yourself losing a gunfight at long... Well, you might lose a few, but if your accuracy is on point, this thing is basically stick accurate, and the range is unbelievable. Like, this thing, it's probably got some of the best range for an assault rifle besides, like, the MK14 or stuff like that. This gun, definitely though, it is great at long range, even at some medium range gunfights. Not so good at short range, definitely not due to its lower damage numbers. But I really do love the AK-12. It's one of my favorite weapons to use personally, and that is why the AK-12 comes in at number 7 on our list. And here's a quick look at the AK-12's recoil pattern. This is the AK-12G. There's really no difference. As you can see, this thing is stick accurate. This thing will pretty much stay in the same spot, and it will not move. It is very, very efficient. Coming in at number 6, we have the Amelie. This is an absolutely amazing gun. Honestly, I didn't even know about it until a few days ago when I got the Subverter version of the Amelie, and I actually started using it. This gun is really good. It really depends on what version you get to. The regular Amelie is very good. It's got a really high fire rate, but the reason why it's only at number 6 is because you actually need a good variant for this gun to be great. Like, as you can see here, I have the Subverter, which gives you +2 damage, basically making this gun a 3-shot kill at any range. So it is amazing. Excellent long-range gunfights, even at medium. As you can see here, I'm kind of keeping my distance, because I know the Amelie really doesn't win a lot of short-range, medium-range gunfights. But yeah, this is definitely a great gun to use if you get the opportunity to pick it up. If you get a good variant, I would definitely recommend using it, but it is a bit slower and it can get outclassed easily at short range, and that is why the Amelie comes in at number 6. And here's a quick look at the recoil pattern of the Amelie. As you can see here, it's pretty much, again, kind of like the AK-12. It's dead accurate. This thing, you will find yourself oftentimes being a very accurate shot with it. Coming in at number 5, we have the IMR. Now, the IMR itself, this is a 4-round burst weapon, and one of the reasons it's in at the number 5 spot is it regenerates its own ammo. That is very beneficial, especially for any weapon, but especially for an assault rifle. This gun will regenerate its own ammo slowly over time, but that's more ammo regenerated, best ammo regenerated than none. Plus, if you hit all 4 shots of the burst into the chest area, it will 1 burst kill. And not only that, it does have some pretty good range for an assault rifle. I would recommend only using this gun range. Using it close up, definitely not recommended since it is a burst fire weapon. And the one reason I only put it at number 5 is because it's kind of, the fire rate for me is a bit slow on it. Like, the rate you can get the bursts off at is slower. It's definitely is slower. But don't get me wrong, this is still an excellent gun to use. Don't let me discourage you from using it. It's just me personally, I don't use it too often, and that is why the IMR comes in at number 5. And here's the recoil pattern for the IMR. It's pretty much almost irrelevant since it's a burst fire weapon, but it's pretty much dead accurate. Remember when I'm doing these clips for accuracy, I have no attachments on, but as you can see, it's got very good accuracy. And coming in at our number 4 slot, we have the ARX 160. Now, this is another burst fire weapon. It only fires in a 3-round burst. And I know you may be thinking, well, shouldn't the IMR be higher? It regenerates its own ammo, and it's a 4-round burst. Well, the thing is, the ARX, one of the things that puts it higher is it has a higher burst fire rate. It will get the burst off for the weapon faster. And plus, it also has better variants than the Bore Strike and the Thunder Tusk, which are the elite variants of the IMR. The elite variants of the ARX are the Damnation and the Steel Bite. The Steel Bite is a pretty much 1 burst, and the version I'm using is a 1 burst. The Hole Puncher, as you can see here. The ARX, definitely, it's got a higher fire rate. That's pretty much the only reason it's higher, besides the fact it's got better variants. As you can see, I 1 bursted that guy. But yeah, the ARX is definitely one of the better guns to use at long range and medium range. Not so much at short range. That's why it comes in at number 4 on our list. And here's the kick pattern for the ARX. Again, I kind of think the kick pattern for it is irrelevant since it is a burst fire weapon. But if you want to see it, there it is. Again, it's pretty much stick accurate, so if you're on target at a range, you're not going to find yourself losing very many gunfights. So yeah, definitely a worthwhile gun to pick up. No cracking into our top 3, we have the HBR A3 at number 3. HBR A3 at number 3. Only makes sense. Alright, so let's get into it. The HBR A3, this thing is an amazing gun. Plus, there's 2 variants that you really want. The Average Joe, which you can get from only getting 300 kills with the HBR A3, so it's relatively easy to get, in my opinion. Not only that, but there's the Insanity version. That's the Elite that I'm using in this video. It gives you +1 damage, +2 accuracy, +2 fire rate for that. And this gun just turns into an absolute boss. This gun, it already has excellent range and excellent fire rate, decent damage numbers. It's kind of like an M4A1 in terms. But this gun definitely, if you have not used it, I would definitely recommend picking it up. This thing is amazing. You will find yourself loving it, as I did too. But that is why this thing comes in at number 3. And here's the kick pattern for the HBR A3. As you can see, without a recoil, this thing kicks pretty much vertically upward. And so you might want to put a foregrip on this gun, but if you think you can control it, by all means, don't put a foregrip, but foregrip would be in all of my recommendations to use this weapon. Coming in at number 2, we have the BAL 27. Now, the BAL is definitely an excellent gun, and I'm pretty sure if you've played Advanced Warfare before, you can guess what the number 1 gun is if the BAL is at number 2. The reason the BAL's at number 2 is due to the, and it's not at number 1, is due to the various nerfs that have happened to the weapon. This used to be the best weapon, in my opinion, but it has definitely dropped off now. I still love using it. It's at number 2 due to its excellent range, excellent damage. This thing used to be able to outclass any gun at any range. This thing was amazing. Due to the various nerfs, though, it's not as good now, but it does still have crap ton of accuracy. It does very good damage, actually. And, yeah. And the BAL, it's, like I said, it's still good. There's definitely better options, but if you need a good all-around gun, the BAL is definitely the one to go with. And there's the fact that there's the ease of use with the BAL. You unlock this gun at level 1, so it's already pre-unlocked for you. Meaning that you could pretty much make a BAL class as soon as you prestige or start the game, which is definitely a benefit, and I would definitely, if you're a first-time player or a long-time player, make sure to always keep a BAL class on you at all times, because this is a very versatile weapon. I mean, most people give the BAL too much hate, but I'm going to give credit where credit is due, and that is why the BAL comes in at number 2 on our list. And here's the kick pattern for the BAL. As you can see, it is pretty accurate. Maybe not as accurate as the AK-12. It kicks slightly upward, but that's not too much. Then that can be easily controlled with a foregrip or otherwise. Coming in at number 1, you could have probably guessed it already. It's the ASM-1. This gun, where can I start with this thing? Absolutely freaking amazing. This gun is so good. It can still outclass medium-range guns or long-range guns at those ranges. Even at short range, this thing dominates unless you're using a shotgun at point-blank range. But still, this thing, my goodness, absolutely amazing. If you haven't used the ASM-1 yet, definitely pick it up. Again, most people, they seem to give this gun hate for really no reason. I don't know why. This gun is very, very good. I can see why people use it all the time. It's great gun, it's got great fire rate, great damage, and of course it's got excellent range. And the Elite variants are both great. The Speakeasy, which gives you an automatic extended mags, and the Strider, which gives you, I'm pretty sure, +1, +2 damage. So, this gun, definitely amazing. What else can I say about the ASM-1? It's pretty much self-explanatory. If you've ever picked up this gun, you have felt the ASM-1's power. I mean, most people might hate on it, but again, you have to look this gun in a practical use. It's excellent. You pretty much can't get a better SMG. Certainly, you might not be able to. You could probably find a better AR at like long-range gunfights, but it still does dominate at medium range. And yeah, that's why the ASM-1's at number 1. And here's the kick pattern for it.